Alrighty then, we are fixing to go an old school recipe for pork chops. And a friend of mine was nice enough to give me some amazing looking pork chops when they got half of a pig or something. So anywho, I'm gonna get a recipe out of the River Roads Recipes. And this was from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or Baton Rouge, right? Red Stick. And the Junior League in 1979. So this is a tried and true, dead easy recipe. The first thing I'm gonna do is season these pork chops. Then I'm gonna brown them very well in a skillet so that I can lock in those juices. I'm then gonna place them into a casserole dish that I buttered. Into that, I'm putting 3/4 of a cup of rice on the bottom. I'm gonna put some of our small green peppers on it. I will then put a slice of tomato and onion on top when I take the pork chops out and set them on the rice. I'll add my own beef broth that I canned because it calls for bouillon, okay? So you'd use a 10 ounce can of whatever kind of beef broth you use. So we had to pull some of our green peppers because we literally went 20 days without any rain, and so that they didn't rot on there. Now I'm on my 3rd day of glorious rain, which is helpful, and my plants are producing, but we go ahead and pull them even at this size. So normally you'd make this into a circle, then you'd put your onion on it, then your tomato. I'll show you as we get there. This is a wonderful recipe for new cooks. It is very easy. So I'm just gonna place my rice in the bottom because this is where I am going to lay my pork chopas. It's 3/4 cup of rice. And like you saw, I'm Southern, so I buttered it. It's what I do. You ain't gotta. Probably won't stick if you don't. But anywho, there's that. So I've seasoned them. I'm gonna put this big one in the middle. I have the fan going over this hot skillet. I'm choosing not to use my cast iron. Ain't moved. Just any skillet'll do. And we're gonna brown these very, very well. Once we brown them on both sides, we lay them in that casserole on that rice. And then we'll come back. Alrighty then, I'm gonna make 2 casseroles because the 2 thicker ones are very large. I increased this to 1 cup of rice from 3/4. So we start with our onion. The pepper, which would be a ring if it were a larger pepper, and a tomato on the top. So again, I'm gonna go with my onion. My pepper, green pepper in this case. I prefer red because of nutrients, but it is what it is. I don't want to use my frozen red peppers. Just don't feel like it. Let's get our pepper. And then our tomato. Now all I do is pour over my beef broth or your can of beef bouillon. And it will absorb. The rice will absorb all of this. So I covered the other one with aluminum foil, and again, and it's gonna cook it 1 hour for 375. So we're gonna do some onion, pepper, and tomato on top of these much thicker large ones and go from there. All right, got both my shelves in my oven, and I wanna have a food safety reminder. The dishcloth that I used when I was handling, because remember, you've been touching raw pork. Whether you use gloves or not, if you get your kitchen dish towel and you wipe them off or you wash off your gloves and touch it, that dish towel is now in my washing machine ready to get washed. None of my dish towels are matchy-matchy. I love to have a lot of dish towels because, and I just sterilized my sink, my kitchen sink, so that this dish towel has no pork on it. This countertop has been totally disinfected and sterilized so that I'm not transferring on a dish towel if Vern comes in to wash his hands. Wait, a man washing his hands? Okay, anyway, let's say he came in and wanted to wash his hands. I don't want him picking up that pork dish towel. That is, I would rinse my hands to get out the second casserole after touching the pork. I don't want that on anything. So just a food safety reminder, switch out your dishcloth. They're cheap. You can do it. Another example is I've washed the skillet. Now, if I wash the skillet and use super hot water from my solar water heater, why would I want to dry it off with the dish towel I kept wiping my hands dry with after touching the pork? That'd be dumb, okay? So this is a brand new dishcloth, right? I can dry this out and put it back in my cabinet. So just think of food safety and not transferring things around. So our thinner pork chop, the larger, is ready, and we want to pull back this aluminum foil without hurting ourselves. So let's work on making that steam go up my fan that is on. Oh, look how pretty. Nice. That is the dishwasher running in the background. And remember how I said it would absorb that broth into the rice? And it has. Oh, feels nice. Sliding through. I likey, likey, likey. Yes, I do. My onion is soft. All right, I'm gonna leave my other one in here with the oven on off. And we're gonna open a jar of our own home canned carrots. Oh, yummy. Alrighty, this oldie but goodie from the Junior League of Baton Rouge, Louisiana Cookbook River Road Recipes is still a winner. The rice is tender and fluffy, and remember it's our own canned beef broth in there, so we got some serious protein. Our home canned carrots, and even the little fatty edge is very tender. This is fantastic. I'm gonna leave the larger ones in there for about 10 minutes with the oven on off so they'll continue to cook. This is a keeper recipe. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this little fell off piece. Oh my Lord, that is moist. That is fantastic. I hope you try it.